The kettlebell swing. There's a lot going on in this exercise. It's one that it's difficult to teach over video. It's something you're going to have to practice quite a bit. I usually like to work hands-on with somebody with this exercise, but we're going to give an attempt to show you a really good kettlebell swing. We'll show you a couple of mistakes to watch for, and it's just one that you're going to have to practice and kind of get the feel of. The first thing we're going to do is to get set up. Okay, so what we're going to have Janelle do is put her feet about shoulder width apart, a little bit wider. She's going to find that kind of comfortable athletic position. Okay, you don't want to go too wide. You should be pretty narrow. Like I said, the hips and the feet, pretty good alignment. The kettlebell is about 1.5 feet in front of her. Okay, and that's going to be important for the start. That's going to allow us to do the hike back, which is important. You don't want to start, we see too many people, they'll just grab a kettlebell, start here, and they'll start getting it going, and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's a great way to hurt yourself, okay? We want to do this properly with a setup. So for the first repetition, Jill's actually going to squat and hinge, kind of like a deadlift. Okay, she's going to get in position, drop a little bit lower. She's got a nice flat back, chin is tucked. Now she's got her hands out and she's grabbing that kettlebell as if she was trying to snap it in half. That's going to set the shoulders in position, okay? Then what she's going to do is she's going to, don't have to do it yet, she's going to hike it back right up towards her tailbone. And when it gets there, that's where the thrust begins, okay? So what that looks like, I'm going to kind of demonstrate first. She's going to hike it back. She's throwing it back towards her tailbone to get the momentum going. Once it's there, she's going to drive her hips forward. The exercise is about going forward and back, much like an RDL, but with a lot of explosiveness. So she's going to snap the hips forward, the bell's going to come up in the air, and then she's going to let it come back down through her legs, but she's never going to come back to this position, okay? She's going to keep strong like an RDL right through to the bottom of the RDL position and then snap it back, and that's going to get the swinging motion. So naturally you need to master the RDL first, and this becomes kind of like an explosive dynamic RDL. Okay, let's get Janelle to go to do the first one, hike, and then boom, in position. Notice the breathing, exhale with each pop, snapping the hips, snapping the glutes, snapping the quads. Snapping the glutes, snapping the quads. When you're ever ready, Janelle, you're going to go ahead and put it down. Good. Now, if you notice when she put it down, she didn't just, boom, crash it down. She let it come through one more time and then brought it forward and down. Okay? That's going to be critical as well, especially if you start really get going with either a longer set, okay, where you're really going for more cardio, or using a heavier weight with a more explosive exercise. You don't want to just, that last swing and then, boom, crash down. Seen that happen too many times, and it's a great way to get hurt. Let it come through one more time, and then instead of bringing it up, squat, and it's going to land right in place, okay? I'm going to suggest that with this video, you probably want to watch it a few times and really look for those different cues and really practice. Remember, just like an RDL, the chin is tucked, the hips are going back, but I'm exploding through and the weight pops up. What you're going to notice, the more explosive and the more pop you get from the glutes and locking out at the quad, that pop, the bell's going to pop more. It's going to float more. When you get that, then you know you've really nailed it, because that bell is just taking off and it feels really light. The bell is going to get weightless at the top, and we're going to throw it back down, back and forth like a pendulum. That's the kettlebell swing, something you want to really practice a lot.